When I was running away from a hard time at home, that I felt like a failure. Here I was, top in my class, slated to go to the Olympics, and I got a back injury. I felt like a failure. I wanted to get a gold medal. I wanted to make a difference in the world. But then I got injured. Little did I know that injury was going to lead me to yoga, that yoga was going to lead me to breath work, that breath work was going to guide me to what helped me heal my body and what is now helping thousands around the world heal. I remember about 12 years ago when I was feeling lost. I'd had a level of success, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. I remember going on to YouTube, searching videos for some motivation, for some inspiration. And I ran across one of Brendan's videos. And I listened to him. I thought he was funny. He was, Brendan. Right? But it was something about how he taught that resonated with me. So I kept watching. And I kept learning. And I got every one of his books. And I did everything that he said. And I cannot believe this small town girl from Tennessee is sharing the stage with Brendan Bouchard. My mentor and now dear friend, this is a full circle moment. So I know if I can do it, anything is possible, right? So I want to share a little bit with you about the energy of abundance and what I've practiced since following those videos and learning from people like him and Lisa Nichols and Wayne Dyer and all of these people who have taught us. First, I learned a lot. And I went to seminar after seminar, read book after book, and I was like, it's not working for me. Until I realized that from my childhood, from my trauma, I had so many blocks and limiting beliefs to what I'm now experiencing that I wasn't in alignment. So I'm going to show you a quick video, and then I'm going to talk to you about the energy and a lifestyle of abundance.
There are two ways to live in life, in a state of love or a state of fear. The first chapter of my life, I was running from my fears. I know firsthand because I lived it. And I know a lot about fear and how much it can crush you, how much it can stop you.
License and registration, please.
I lived through abuse. I lived through depression. I lived through suffering.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle.
And I know how afraid it can make you when it comes to your dreams.
Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the
Koya.
water spout. Down came the rain.
Koya, can you shut up?
It's pretty easy to notice if a person is living in fear.
Wait, come on.
You need to stop training so hard and allow yourself to heal.
but track is my entire life. It took an injury for me to learn this. But when I learned how to care for myself, it opened my eyes to a different way to live.
Why not consider yoga?
Welcome to the 60-minute vinyasa class. And inhale with arms up. And your hands meet at your heart center. Inhale up. Exhale. Down. And inhale halfway up. And exhale. And moving to your plank position. Breathe with me. If you're breathing right, you're doing yoga. The postures are a bonus.
I remember when I tried yoga for the first time, that deep breath sent chills all over my body. The first time I felt those chills was in church, when I felt the Holy Spirit. So I knew that feeling very well. And that is what I needed to heal. The feeling of Spirit guiding me in the way that I should go was what helped me find my way. It's what helped me heal myself. It took me really pouring into myself in order to heal. Yoga became my best friend. And with my best friend, I had hope. I got my certification in yoga and meditation because I knew that that's what I needed to heal, and I wanted to give that gift to everyone. The truth is, the heart and soul of my dream never left me. I always wanted to be a positive role model. And then as I began to emerge as a holistic health coach, I realized that we all need this support. No matter who we are, we need to take care of the total self, the mind, the body, and the spirit. And it's my ultimate hope for you that living in accordance to your soul's guidance will bring you confidently towards your dreams. I believe we're all meant to shine our greatest and most brilliant light. And that doesn't mean we don't have challenges. It means that we acknowledge our fears and we strengthen ourselves as we move forward at a vibration of love.
All right. How many people have a couple fears? We got a couple, right? So one thing that helped me the most, especially as I got started, was changing my mindset around fear. And we've learned a lot about mindset today. And I want to give you some practical tools to help you when you go out and do every single thing. You face those fears, you face those challenges. How do you get through? So first, let's start with what helped me in that video, which is starting with the breath. Place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your right. Take a deep inhale through your nose and audible sigh out. Deep inhale through your nose and audible sigh out. This next inhale, hold the breath at the top. Hold it, hold it. Studies show that when you do breath holds, you increase the oxygen to your brain by 300%. Slowly release. I want you to think about how you feel right now in this moment. This stillness, this peace. A lot of us are looking for our purpose outside of ourselves. But I believe every single person in this room has a purpose and a divine assignment within themselves. Take another deep inhale and exhale, sigh it out. Slowly blink your eyes open. So centering with the breath is what helped me find divine alignment. Alignment with what? For me, alignment with God, alignment with spirit. And I believe, after traveling the world, whether you call that divine energy God or Buddha or whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. The energy is the same. And so as I started to learn how to slow down, I have all these things going on through my mind, all these to-do lists, that sometimes the to-do lists, the social media, the conference after conference can be a distraction. So I invite you to ask yourself right now, in what you do you feel aligned? Think about different areas of your life. Where do you feel alignment? And where do you feel misalignment? Do you feel misaligned in your health? Do you feel misaligned in relationships? Do you feel misaligned in your career? Be honest with yourself. Because at the end of the day, the energy that you got here, although we want to bottle it up and take it with us, it's going to fade. And you'll be able to sit with yourself and ask yourself, now what am I going to do with everything I learned? How do I get this back? And for me, it's through divine alignment. Meditation, breath work, yoga, it'll bring you right back to your truth. So when you start breathing, you connect with your next assignment. So I want you to think of one area in your life that you want to improve in. One area. Close your eyes. And I invite you to ask the question, what is the next step in this area of my life? Take a deep inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. What is the next step in this area of my life? When you've got it, blink your eyes open and write it down. A lot of times we don't give ourselves 1 minute or 2 minutes. We're looking at social media, we're looking in books, and we're following all the steps. But what we just did is the most important step, checking in with yourself. Asking yourself, what is the next right step? And I even work with atheists. And I'm like, you don't have to believe in God or any spirit. Believe in your relationship to yourself. And the more that you can tap in, the more you can be divinely guided to your truth. And I truly believe that we all deserve the best life has to offer. So I want you to look to the person next to you and say, you deserve the best life has to offer. I deserve the best life has to offer. And now I want you to say, we deserve the best life has to offer. Right? So once you're able to claim that I deserve the best, you deserve the best, we deserve the best, that's what moves you out of competition and into alignment with how we're supposed to be living. If we look around the world with everything going wrong, what is it? Competition, everything. Yeah, I agree. Oh my God. But there's competition, there's control, there's manipulation. But where do you see beautiful things with community, with collaboration? And I truly believe with healing is the only way we're going to win with humanity. We have to heal ourselves in our families in order to heal community, no matter what you do. So for me, when it comes to the energy of abundance, it starts within. And now I want to invite you to go on this journey of looking within to ask yourself, is there any way that you have a block to abundance? Is there any place in your life where you have resentment, anger, frustration, or fear? Because my philosophy is fear is your friend. Fear is your best friend. And we all like to say, all is love, God is love, everything is love. So is fear love? Is fear love, or do we want to get rid of fear? How many people want to get rid of fear? Half people, some people not sure. Okay. How many people want to befriend fear? Okay, half of us. So if fear is your best friend, and it's there to show you where you have trauma, where you need more support, where you need to process more, can fear be love? Exactly. So if fear is love, fear is your friend, we don't need to get rid of it. I wrote a book called Let Your Fears Make You Fierce. And let me tell you, I was scared. I went to the publisher. I was scared they weren't going to take me. Hay House, one of the top, all right, give it up for Hay House, yeah. One of the top spiritual publishers in the world. And I was like, who am I? The small town girl from Humboldt, Tennessee, that was raised on powdered milk, in a trailer, on borrowed clothes, who never thought she would make it out of her small hometown. They're going to think, who is this girl? What does she have to offer the world? That's what I felt. But I knew inside, after reading from Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer and Lisa Nichols, that I am love, and I am powerful, and I have a voice. But as you saw in the film, there was a time when I thought I was powerful before on the track, when I was running away from my problems, when I was running away from assault, when I was running away from a hard time at home, that I felt like a failure. Here I was, top in my class, slated to go to the Olympics, and I got a back injury. I felt like a failure. I wanted to get a gold medal. I wanted to make a difference in the world. But then I got injured. Little did I know that injury was going to lead me to yoga, that yoga was going to lead me to breath work, that breath work was going to guide me to what helped me heal my body and what is now helping thousands around the world heal. So no, it's not an Olympic gold medal. But it wasn't about the medal in the first place. It was about what I thought I could do and the lives I thought I could change. Sometimes we're so attached to our vision of what we think our purpose is and how we're going to miss there, or we get so attached of how we're going to get there that we miss the mark. We don't realize that sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we don't have it figured out. And I'm here to tell you that's okay. You don't have to have it figured out. Every day, your only goal is to realign yourself with who you truly are, is to breathe and take the next right step. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best. I never, ever thought I'd be working with people like Stevie Wonder. What? I'm on the beach living my best life. And I get a phone call. Someone wants to meet you. I didn't know who it was. I'm like, who? We can't tell you, but they want you to fly to California right now. I was like, oh, okay. You fly me to California, so you got my attention. Yeah, we want you to fly. Well, who is it? Someone, VIP person, we can't tell you who. I walk in the room, and there is Stevie Wonder, one of my favorite artists of all time. Working with him has been one of the highlights of my career, but not because he's Stevie Wonder. And the greatest musician of all time. Y'all give it up for Stevie Wonder. And has overcome unsurmountable challenges. But because every single day, after decades of being great, he still practiced. Sometimes we want instant gratification. Oh, I did this work. I built my website. Now, boom, fall in my lap. Everything's going to work out. And we don't realize it takes everyday rituals, everyday commitment, everyday hours in alignment with what you're truly meant to do. And so as I work with him, I just watched day after day after day. So what is it right now that's in alignment with what you want to see go to the next level? What can you commit to? Because with no commitment, how do you think you're going to steer that rocket? Right? When things get hard, are you going to abandon ship, as Brendan said? Because it's not about just doing the thing, it's about successfully doing the thing consistently. What will you commit to? In health, what will you commit to? In your relationship, what will you commit to? Because if you commit to those limiting beliefs that say, well, I don't know if I could do it, well, I'm not good enough, or I would get healthier, but it's so hard. If you get caught up in the challenges, how do you expect to get to the top? Whatever your top is. So as you start to commit to yourself, one of the things that I share with all of my clients is that you have to create rituals in your life to take care of yourself. You are your greatest asset. Your body is your greatest vehicle. The more that you cherish and honor your body, your breath, your soul, it will guide you in your right direction every single time. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right. So one thing that I love about being on this stage is this is the stage of my spiritual father, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith of Agape. Any Agape lovers out there? And I remember the first day I walked into Agape, feeling lost, just moved to California, trying to figure out my way. And I heard him talking about manifestation and the vibration of love and the energy. And I'm thinking, wouldn't that be nice? How many people have just been saying that all day? Like, yeah, I want that kind of energy. I want to jump around the stage like Brendan. I want to be all confident like Jasmine. But no, I don't think that's me. Right? We get scared. We get fear. We don't have to be like, I'm not like Brendan. I'm not like Jasmine. I'm not like most people. I always felt like I was different. And not in a good way. I felt left out. I felt misunderstood. I felt like I never belonged, even in that yoga class. No one looked like me. I was a tight athlete in a yoga class. Every position was painful. And sometimes when we're going towards our dream, it's going to be painful. It's going to be hard. We're going to want to give up. But the test is to keep going, not to start, not to just show up at the conferences, but the consistency that you carry after? How many days will you stay committed to what you committed to? How many days? So after a couple of years, I realized that I'm going through this cycle. This cycle as someone who is, known as an international speaker, an author, working with people all over the world. That's how people know me. But what people don't know is that I suffer from persistent depression. Yeah, I get high, but I also get lows. And so I had to develop a method for myself to deal with the lows so I wouldn't check out. And that method is what I now call the Heal, Build, Thrive method. And I'm going to take you through it now. So heal is all about identifying your fears. Breath work, yoga, meditation, therapy. Because if you have all the blocks, the traumas, the limiting beliefs, it's going to be hard for you to be in alignment with what you're meant to do. But if you're able to process, if you're able to express frustration, anger, that is your what? Friend. Everybody say, fear is your friend. Anger is your friend. Frustration is your friend. How many people believe that? How many people don't believe it? Like, I don't know what she's talking about. Thanks for your honesty, right? Why is she saying frustration is my friend? Why do you think you're frustrated? Why do you think you're upset? Why do you think you're mad? What if those emotions were energy in motion, waking you up to who you really are, to what you need to do? Are you frustrated about people dying? Well, maybe that's waking you up to do something about it. Are you mad because you can't find that relationship you wanted? Well, maybe there is some childhood trauma that needs to be addressed, so that anger is saying, hey, something's out of alignment here. Pay attention. I remember after, working with people, building my online courses, doing all the things I learned from Brendan and Marie Forleo and doing all the things. And I was like, something's missing. I had climbed the ladders. I had gotten a certain level of fulfillment out of serving my community. I had a team of 21 people. I was making an impact, and I was making good income. Yeah, I was happy. But I was lonely. When things would go wrong in my business, I would come home and cry by myself. I'd gotten into so many toxic relationships that I'd given up on love. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not for me. And that negative cycle and thought process start going on in my head like, most men don't like strong women. There are not a lot of good men out there. You guys know the cycle, right? And we were getting in these groups where the men were bashing the women and the women were bashing the men. And then I met a woman. Her name is Queen Afua. Does anybody know Queen Afua? Couple of you. Not very known, but very powerful. She's done a lot of work when it comes to healing trauma. So when I met her, I started to change my thought process. What Brendan and Jasmine talked about earlier, shifting my mindset. But I couldn't just tell myself, okay, I want to have a man now. And I believe I can get a man. And I believe that there are good men out there. Because guess what was going on in my head? Girl, please, you don't believe that. Ain't no good men out there. Half the men in jail, Yeah. Ain't no good men out there. And you tall too? Psh, girl, ain't gonna be no. You like to wear heels too? I remember I got so desperate, I went up to this dating service. to know I was looking for a man, right? They wanted to charge me $40,000. I was like, okay, they're real high. We do this, and we'll find this guy for you. I'm like, okay, all right, $40,000. What else comes with that? Can you have my child too? You know, but yeah. So for $40,000, you're gonna find somebody. And so I was like, let me humor it. It was a recommendation for a friend. Let me go through the process. So they're asking me these questions. They're like, okay, list everything you want. I'm like, okay. So I start listing everything, the height, the things that I like, you know, travel and healthy and all these things. They're like, oh, no wonder you haven't found anybody. I go on half the dating apps and I get goose eggs. So I was like, wow, maybe my standards are too high. They're like, yeah, your standards might be a little high. I was like, okay, well, help me out, because I'm not good at this, obviously. So they're like, okay, first of all, you know, it's going to be really hard for you to find a man over 6 feet. I'm 5'11", y'all. So I'm like, for $40,000, you can't find me a man over 6 feet? What? Can we take 100K off or 10K off? Can we, you know, for the height? Can get some of my money back, a discount, you know, balance it out a little bit. And they were like, yeah, and you know, he might not be spiritual. Is that okay? He might not be healthy. All right, so we're down to 5,000, right? Can I get a 5,000 for this dude? That might not work, you know, because I still gotta like him, right? I was like, absolutely not. Thank you for your services. Bye. And I felt hopeless. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even find a man for $40,000. So I was like, this is not going to work for me. And I had a friend, she was like, you know, girl, just get on this dating app. I, you know, just moved to Atlanta. And I realized, wait a minute. I remember when I said I wanted a home. I said, by the age of 40, I want to have my own home. I wrote it on my vision board. I talked about it extensively. By the age of 40, I want to have my own home. But of course, by then, I thought I'd be married and have some kids. So I was like, well, you know, here I am, Marina Del Rey, California. It's beautiful. I'm paying $5,000 in rent for 12 years. It's pricey. I'm a money person. You can be investing that in a home. And I did get a small home, and that did well. But my friend got cancer, so I moved back to California to help him heal. He's still alive. Nate the Gray. Energy healing works. And I realized, like, wait a minute. You said you wanted a home. I read this book, Bamboozled by Jesus, by Yvonne Orji. And she talked about how she visualized exactly what she wanted. But then she had to go and do all this work to get it. And I did the same thing. And lo and behold, after 2 years, because a lot of y'all want it to happen tomorrow. How many people want your goals to happen and dreams to happen tomorrow? Matter of fact, yesterday, okay? That's how I felt about the man, too. But the house took 2 years. 2 years of looking, 2 years of waiting, 2 years of not being attached to when, but being clear on what I wanted. And the real estate person said, I found your home. I looked at the home, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. I'll take it. Went into a bidding war. I lost the house. I didn't get it. I'm like, okay, no man, no home, all right. But I'm serving my community, so I'm good. I'm all right. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep that out there, and I'm going to start dating on this new dating app my friends start talking about. And I'm going to visualize my man like I visualize this home. And I'm going to get rid of all these negative forums that bash men and women. And I'm going to start looking at this documentary about healthy couples. And I'm going to start talking to healthy couples. And I'm going to train my brain to think differently. And I went through Queen Afua's Sacred Woman to heal my womb of the trauma that was never addressed from abuse. I healed my mind from the negativity of failed relationships. And then first, I got the house. Not just any house, but the exact house with the saltwater pool and the fireplace. And I'm thinking, it's just me. What am I going to do with this house? But what did I do? I trusted divine assignment, and I moved from California to Atlanta. And I'm not going to lie. This little girl, I'm a woman, but you know, in this big old house, I felt like a little plant in a big pot. And even though I was grateful, oh my God, homeowners, raise your hands. All of this stuff that they did for us, oh my gosh, I gotta do the lawn. If the fridge breaks, that's on me. If the lights go off, that's on me. I was in over my head. I was like, what am I doing? But I was like, here I am, I'm gonna do it. So I'm on this app, I'm dating guys, trying to figure out. And the biggest thing I realized is that I do not know what I want. I really don't know what I want. Even when they asked me in this $40,000 dating service, I didn't know what I wanted. And so as I started to put myself into the realm of where I wanted to be, I started to learn what I wanted. Think about where you want to be. Are you putting yourself in position to succeed, or are you just hoping it falls out of the sky? Are you hoping it just happens? Or are you doing your work? Are you putting yourself in alignment? So I'm on this dating app. I'm frustrated. Because I meet some guys, I'm like, ugh. I'm exhausted. They're asking me questions. I'm just like, and no. I had a strategy, though. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to jump ship. I'm going to take this rocket home. And after 4 months, so not 2 years, but 4 months, I met that man holding that phone. Last November, who then gave me this ring in July, because I didn't give up. But I just didn't write it on my vision board. And I just didn't want it. I had to do the work. Every single day, I did healing work, Epsom salt baths, rituals, to heal my mind, to heal my body. And am I perfectly healed now? Ask him. No. I still got trauma that pops up, but we're healing together, right? And the reason I share this is because a lot of times we overlook the healing work that it takes to be in alignment with what we want. We overlook the trauma that we've experienced that is actually mentally blocking us from who we're truly meant to be. So I invite you today to go a little bit deeper, to lean into your fears and say, hey, friend, let's process this. And the first place you process is with your breath, because I believe breath is spirit. I believe in the Trinity. And spirit is with us everywhere we go, no matter how many distractions, no matter how many times we fall down, no matter how many times we mess up, we can come back, right? Take a deep inhale and exhale right there. That's your power. I invite you to stand up. I'm going to do a little somatic work because this is how I heal. This is how I work with my community and my people. We breathe, and then we move. So I want you to shake it around. Move the body. And now I want you to think of something you're afraid of. I want you to think of something in your life that pisses you off. I want you to think of some trauma that you want to get rid of. How many people has no fear, no trauma, you're good? Okay, one person, I love you. I envy you. No. All right, so the rest of us got some stuff we need to release. So I'm going to invite you to think about that thing, because the resentment in the body causes trauma. But we're going to release it right here, right now. You thinking about the thing? All right. Take a deep inhale, and then the exhale, I want you to yell. Deep inhale and exhale. Ah! Woo! All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The next time you get frustrated, the next time you're afraid, just yell. Yes. When we're a child, we know how to yell to get what we want. They're smart. They got to figure it. And we're trying to hold it. I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. It's fine. That car cut me off. I'm fine. My parents keep asking me ridiculous questions. I'm fine. This job is abusing the heck out of me. I'm fine. No, you're not. No, you're not. Can you be honest with yourself? Because when you can be honest, you can express your frustration, your anger, your fear. Ah, that person cut me off. Right, you're being really mean. Kids will tell you. They don't have no weight on them. So I invite you to embody this healing practice of expressing. And now we're going to process that thing, that fear, that frustration. In community, we do this through transformational letter writing, or we do it through somatic movement. So we're going to do somatic movement today. You ready? I want you to let it go. I want you to just do this little bounce. Feel your shoulders moving. Can you release your frustration? Can you release your fear? Can you release what's holding you back from being the very best version of yourself? Take a deep inhale and exhale. Yell. Yes. Yes. Woo! All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you elevate. That's how you process fear. That's how you process pain. That's how you get in divine alignment with who you truly are. Don't hold it inside, because you might make it to where you want to be. But if you've stuffed all that pain inside, what happens? Sickness. Then you experience using all of that wealth that you found, working on your health. But if you're able to process along the way, you can enjoy the journey. I invite you to sit back down. So the next thing I want to take you through on this Heal, Build, Thrive method is building. And I want to invite you, the first thing that I invite people to do, if you really want to take your life to the next level, is to develop a schedule that prioritizes your well-being. So if you're getting up in the morning and your phone, work, calls, email, I've been there. I'm not standing on the stage saying I don't check my emails in the morning, because I do. But I also got this aura ring that says, girl, you stressed. Put that phone down. Right? You need something that's going to check you, either a person, at whatever. You don't have to be perfect to be great. But you do have to take care of yourself. And you do have to prioritize your well-being. You can't just do a million things and expect to be well. So I want you to create rituals in the morning. It could be breath work. You don't have to be a yogi to move, to dance. Find out what you love. Breath work, yoga, meditation. You choose. There's no right or wrong, but something that pours into you to make you feel good. so you can fill your cup so that you can give from the overflow. Some of us are depleted, but we're still trying because we feel like if we try just a little bit harder, if we work a couple more hours after, we're going to get there.
I'm good, feeling good.
I learned the hard way that that's not true. You have to prioritize your well-being, and you have to prioritize your sleep, your rest. So when you build a lifestyle around prioritizing your well-being, that is an abundant lifestyle. It's not about how much money you have in the bank. It's not about how many accolades you achieve. It's about, are you even well? Because what happens when you check off all those boxes and you get everything you want and you realize you're still not happy? So I invite you to build that for yourself. And the last pillar of this heal, build, thrive is thriving. And to me, that happens in community. Do you feel alone? Or do you have a community to support you? In my book, Let Your Fears Make You Fierce, I talk about an A-team. Everybody needs an A-team. Who has an A-team? All right, half of us. Who doesn't have an A-team? All right, not yet. Thanks for being honest. It's okay. I didn't have an A-team all the time, but everyone needs an A-team. You need someone to gas you up. I gas up everybody on my team. Everybody, you the bomb, you're great. Everybody needs that. So if you don't have those people you can call when you're having a bad day, they always want you to be the strong friend. You get you a strong friend. You get you someone you can call and cry on the phone to, you can yell with, you can be honest with, and watch your health and your wealth go to the next level. You can't always be the strongest one in the room. It's time for you to get the support that you need to thrive. And as you build your community, as you heal your wounds, and as you prioritize your well-being, you will achieve that life, that best life, not perfect life that you deserve. Thank you guys so much. Koya Webb.
You know, interviewing you because I wanted to know the evolution.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people feel like it's unattainable. Not that they can be you, but to get to this higher level of consciousness.
It's attainable for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, in bite-sized pieces. So the idea is you set yourself up for an insight, then you have to stabilize and integrate.